What is going on, everybody? Jesse here, and in today's video we're going to go over 3 key things that are going to improve your landscape photography. Also, I have a new calendar coming out for the 2022 calendar year. The calendar is going to include some of my images from the past couple of years. If you would like to pick one of those up, you can pre-order them on my website. I will link all that information down below. Alright, jumping into it here. Number 1, you are going to need a tripod, and a very good one. You need a tripod that is sturdy, definitely not too heavy. If you can, get carbon fiber, and it has the ability to move the legs independently of themselves. That way they're not all locked together. Having a good tripod can make all the difference when you're out shooting a landscape, so you don't want to go cheap on something like this. Yes, technically any tripod will work, but you will definitely notice a difference if you grab a $20 tripod off of Amazon, or between spending a difference of like maybe a $300 to $400 tripod that is sturdy and it's going to really handle the environment better and give you the stability that you're looking for. One thing that you definitely don't want happening is while you're out shooting, and let's say you're on like a rocky area or a cliff, your tripod to not be stable and it tips over and you break a camera, or even worse, a lens. Also, having the ability to move the legs independently will give you the ability to shoot from different angles. You don't always have to shoot from high up. When you can stretch those legs out real wide, you can get super low to the ground and just take on a different perspective to the whole landscape photo. Also, and they're moving around, I'm going to double tap that topic again. It's going to be more sturdy. If you're on an uneven, surface area, you can stretch one leg out and have it higher up, one go lower down, and really make sure you have a very nice center of gravity on your camera, and so you aren't worried about it toppling over or anything like that. So again, spend the extra money, get a nice expensive tripod. You won't regret it. It's going to last you for decades. The tripod that I have, it's actually right here. This tripod is 35 years old. It was obviously gifted to me. I'm not 35, but this tripod has gone through 2 different photographers and is still a beast that's going to handle everything I throw at it. It has those independent legs that can be shifted out to a super wide angle. Everything that I was talking about, it's worth it. Go do it. You will not regret it. All right, on to number 2, your lenses. Having nice glass for your camera will not only improve the quality of the images that you're taking, but will also give you different abilities while you're out shooting a landscape image. So I definitely recommend having a super wide angle, something that is going to let you capture like the whole vista, everything from top to bottom, land to sky. You want to capture all of that in one image, and then also a prime or a telephoto lens. And using either one of those, the prime or the telephoto, you can zoom in to little bitty details that are going to be in that landscape that might otherwise go unnoticed and allow you to make different kinds of art. So with the wide angle, the goal obviously is to capture the whole scene. You're going to tell the whole story of what's going on in that landscape. Maybe it's a river running through a valley, or a mountain looming over, other trees and everything and casting a deep shadow. But you're going to capture the whole story. It's not necessarily action, but you'll be able to see everything that's going on in that photo. And it's going to be a nice, pleasing image to look at, but it can also make the viewer feel like they're standing there with you, enjoying that whole scene at the same time. Now again, with your telephoto or your prime that's a little zoomed in, you can do a couple things. You can isolate an object, like I said before, and make a whole nother set of images that nobody else would have thought about making, and telling your own story that way. And that could be a tree with the leaves changing through the autumn, or cracks on a stony surface that make just a nice abstract art image. There's quite a few different possibilities that you can do with those zoomed in images. The other possibility with that prime or that telephoto is creating a super detailed panorama of the whole scene. Yeah, the wide angle can capture everything in one go, but let's say you're using a low megapixel camera and you don't have all that super detail to zoom in or print really large. I touched on this in my last video. If you take individual frames across the whole scene that you want to do, you can stitch those together and have an incredibly detailed, very large landscape photo that it's going to be able to show off what that whole scene actually looked like. One other thing I'm going to throw in here with lenses, it can be your filters, ND filters, graduated filters, things like that. Anything to remove a glare or maybe darken up an image, things like that can improve the quality of the image. Sometimes the sun can wash out different areas depending on what time of day you're shooting, and removing that glare or that washed out look can bring a lot of color back into the image, or allow you to capture a bright sky when you have a dark valley area. Having a filter that can darken up that top section of the photo can help capture the image that you're looking for. All right, everybody, on to number 3. Plan. Plan and plan and plan and plan. It sucks when you go out and the weather ends up being bad, or there's no good light. Maybe you're in the wrong time of day. So definitely take the time and plan your shoot, research the location, figure everything out that you can about that spot so you can get the picture that you want to get. Check the weather for that location. Make sure clouds aren't going to ruin any of that good light. Check and see what time sunrise is, what time sunset is, depending on which one you're going for. You know, use Google Earth to go in and see, okay, what time of day is the light going to hit the side of the mountain that I want, or is it going to brush through these trees and create a certain light effect, maybe some light beams that you're looking for. There are resources online that you can use to figure all that stuff out before you show up, and that way you're not showing up randomly and then you get disappointed because you don't get the photo that you really are looking for. Another thing you can do too, make sure there's no traffic. You know, you might leave at 5 a.m. and hit rush hour, and you guess what? You just missed sunrise if that's what you were going for, and the whole scene or the whole photo is just blown. When you're planning, make sure you set yourself up for success, but please keep in mind that not everything is going to go according to plan. You might show up and there's a flash flood, or maybe there's a storm that's rolling in that nobody could have predicted. It's okay. All you got to do is repeat the process another time, go out and shoot again. You will have more success when you're planning than times that you don't. All right, and one more quick one I'm going to throw in there. Don't let your idea or the thing that you're trying to go for, the shot that you want, get in the way of your creativity. Go out there, try a few different things, shoot from different angles, you know, try a different perspective. There's nothing bad that's going to come out of this. I've said that in the last video. I'm going to keep saying it in future videos coming out. Trying different things, you'll have better photos, you're going to have a good time, and that's how you're going to learn. It's the best way to learn, and that's it. Thanks again, everybody, for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. If you didn't see my previous video, you can see it up here. Again, I do have the calendar coming out for next year. If you want to pre-order that, the link will be down below. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you in the next one.